Hello everyone, welcome back to online class of business studies. So this video is the continuation part of chapter 4, that is business service. So in today's topic is banking service and classification of banks and the types of banks account. We already talked about business service and also we explore about the features of services and classification of services, and we also came to know how service is different in comparison of goods. And now we are typically learning about banking service. So here we will cover the types of banks and the types of banks account. So let's start. Banking. A bank stimulates economic activity in the market by dealing in money. It mobilizes the saving of people and makes funds available to business financing their capital and revenue expenditure. It also deals in financial instruments and provides financial service for a price, that is interest, discount, commission, etc. Banking can be classified into the following. Okay. So as you know that banks occupy an important position in the modern business world. Yes, it economic development of any country is not possible without the well organized banking system. Yes, and these banks it mobilize the savings of the public and channelize them into productive uses. So this bank they organize and control the issue and the circulation of credit instrument. Okay, and banking is also called like the lifeblood of modern commerce. This bank is called the lifeblood of modern commerce. And this word banking, it has been denoted a certain kind of trading in money. Okay, and it consists of basically the exchange of money or like lending of money, then the depositing of money and transmitting of money. Okay, so Indian Banking Companies Act says that a bank is an institution accepting deposit for the purpose of lending or investment or like deposit of money from the public repayable on demand or otherwise, and withdrawal by, it can be withdrawal by check, draft, order or otherwise. So this banking it can be classified into commercial bank, then cooperative banks, specialized bank and central bank. So let us discuss commercial bank. Commercial banks are institutions dealings in money. They are governed by Indian Banking Regulation Act 1949, and according to it, banking means accepting deposit of money from the public for the purpose of lending or investment. So there are two types of commercial bank. This is public sector and private sector banks. So basically, commercial banks are mainly meant for the financial help of traders and other businessmen. So they generally provide short-term funds. This commercial bank they provide the short-term funds for the business. Okay. So commercial bank offer a wide variety of loans tailored to meet the specific requirements of the business. And also accepting deposit and giving loan are the main function of this bank. Commercial bank they accept the deposit and also help in giving the loans who are in seek of the loans. Okay, so and the different forms of loans they extend include loan, cash, credit, overdraft, purchasing and discounting of bills. So these banks are classified as public sector bank and the private sector banks. So basically public sector banks are those in which government has a major stake. Okay, and they usually need to emphasize on social objectives, and due to the government control these banks give priority to service as compared to profit motive. And these private sector banks, these banks are promoted or owned and controlled by the private persons. By the name you came to know that it is controlled or owned by the private persons. So their main motive of this bank is to earn profit. Okay, they think of their profit, but they have to follow the guidelines. These private banks, they also have to follow the guidelines of the Reserve Bank of India. So some of the private sectors banks are like in our place, Axis Bank, it is a private bank, then ICICI Bank, then HDFC Bank, and etc. Okay. The next is cooperative banks. So basically cooperative banks, these banks are governed by the provision of State Cooperative Society Act, and it means essentially for providing cheap credit to their members. Okay, so these banks are governed under the provision of State Cooperative Societies Act, and these can provide cheap credit to their members and are main source of finance in rural areas. The main source of finance in the rural areas. Okay, that means it is an important source of rural credit, like agriculture, farming in India, and many more. Okay. The next is specialized bank. Specialized banks are foreign exchange banks, industrial banks, development banks, export-import banks, catering to specific needs of these unique activities. These banks provide financial aid to industries, heavy turnkey project, and foreign trade. That means these are the banks, that means specialized banks are the banks that mean to meet specific needs of industries. Okay, and these banks are like foreign exchange banks and industrial banks and development banks, or we can say export import banks and etc. So these banks, they provide credit facility for foreign trade or industry or like turnkey project and etc. The next we have is central bank. The central bank of any country supervises, controls, and regulates the activities of all the commercial bank of that country. It also acts as a government bank. It control and coordinate currency and credit policy of any country, and the RBI is the central bank of our country. RBI means Reserve Bank of India. Okay, so central bank of a country, it controls, supervise, and regulates the working of all the commercial banks. Okay, so it is this central bank or RBI bank is also known as a bankers bank. Okay, bankers bank. So all credit policies of the banks are controlled by the central bank, and in India this Reserve Bank of India is only the central bank, and in short this Reserve Bank is called as RBI. Okay. Then next we have is types of bank account. Types of bank account, like there are different types of bank account. Like we have savings bank account, fixed or time deposit account, then current deposit account, recurring deposit account. Okay, you might have heard about this name, savings account, fixed deposit accounts. Yes, so let us know about all the banks account. So number one is fixed deposit account. Fixed deposit account. So money is deposited in the bank for a fixed period is called a fixed deposit account. After expiry of specified period, person can claim his money from the bank. So usually the rate of interest is maximum in this account, and the longer the period of deposit, the higher will be the rate of interest on deposit. Okay, so fixed deposit account is one wherein money is deposited for a fixed period and it cannot be withdrawn before the expiry of the said period. That means you have saved your account for a fixed period, okay, like 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, whatever. So it is for a fixed period. You cannot withdraw your amount before the said period. Okay, so the deposit period varies from 3 months to 5 years. That means it starts from 3 years, so you can keep your money in a fix for 5 years also, and many years. So the rate of interest allowed on such accounts increase. Okay, and with the period of deposit, and this is also called the term deposit account. That means fixed deposit, you can say simply in a as a term deposit account. So customer deposit their money in fixed deposit account with a view to earn interest, okay, as well as the withdraw the same on the expiry of the period of the deposit. But if a customer does not need money before the expiry of the fixed period, he can either take a loan against the fixed deposit. Okay, they can take a loan against their fixed deposit, or the bank may allow him to withdraw the deposit before the expiry of the due date. So this is all about fixed deposit, or we can say term deposit account or time deposit account. Okay, same. The next we have is current deposit account. So current deposit accounts are opened by businessmen. Okay, and the account holder can deposit and withdraw money whenever desired. So as the deposit is repayable on the demand, it is also known as demand deposit. So withdrawal are always made by check. A number of interest is paid on current account, whether charges are taken by bank for service rendered by it. That means current account, sometimes we call it as an open account, okay, or it is one in which money can be deposited and withdrawn at any time during the working hours of the bank. You can withdraw your amount any time, but it should be the working hours of the bank. And this account may be defined as running account between the banker and the customer. So this current account, it suits the requirement of businessmen or companies, corporations, or like institutions, firms, and etc. So the main aim of current account is to provide facilities to businessmen, okay, for depositing and withdrawing money. So whereby they are relieved of the task of handling cash themselves. But banks, they do not pay interest on current account balance. They will not pay any interest. Rather, some banks may make a charge on such accounts. They will not pay any interest, but they will charge on such types of accounts. Okay. Then next we have is saving deposits accounts. So basically, the aim of saving account is to mobilize savings of the public. A person can open this account by depositing a small sum of money. Okay, he can withdraw money from his account and make additional deposit at will. And account holders also get interest on his deposit in this account, though the rate of interest is lower than the rate of interest of fixed deposit account. So this is an account in which small savings are deposited by the customer. Small savings like 500 rupees. You can open a saving account by 500 rupees. So a savings bank account can be opened by any person with a minimum deposit, which varies from bank to bank. Okay, different banks have different. Some banks they take 200 rupees, or some banks they need 500 rupees in your account. It should be minimum 500 rupees in your account. So the special features of these accounts is that deposit into this account can be made any number of times in a week, but withdrawals are allowed once or twice in a week. You can deposit anytime, but you cannot withdraw every now and then, but once or twice in a week. So interest is allowed on the minimum balance standing to the credit of an account during the period from 10th day or the 10th day of the month to the last day of every month. So the rate of interest allowed is small and varies from time to time. And the saving bank's account holder issued a passbook. They have issued a passbook and a checkbook for undertaking transactions. So when you will open a savings bank's account, you will get a passbook or the checkbook from the bank. So why you will get this? To undertake the transaction. Then next we have is recurring deposit account. So the aim of recurring deposit is to encourage regular savings by the people. A depositor can deposit a fixed amount, say rupees 100 every month for a fixed period, and the amount together with interest is repaid on maturity, and the interest rate of this account is higher than that of savings deposit. So in a recurring deposit account, a predetermined amount is deposited into the account every month, and the rate of interest is normally equal to the rate of interest payable on a term deposit account of the same period. So in case of need or premature withdrawal, it is allowed. Without premature, or if you want to withdraw it before the maturity, it is allowed. Okay. The number 5th is multiple option deposit account. So it is a type of savings banks account in which deposit is excess of a particular limit get automatically transferred into fixed deposit. On the other hand, in case adequate fund is not available in our savings bank account so as to honor a check that we have issued, the required amount gets automatically transferred from the fixed deposit to the saving banks account. Therefore, the account holder has twin benefit from this amount. He can earn more interest and it lower the risk of dishonoring a check. So this account combines, that means this account combines the characteristics and benefits of savings account and the fixed deposit account. So it is a term deposit which is not fixed at all. It is not fixed at all and comes with a unique backup facility. Okay, and it provides full liquidity as well as benefit to the higher rate of interest through the savings banks account. So one can also keep the deposit intact and availing the facility of overdraft to meet temporary needs. So different banks, they have their own deposit schemes to suit the current as well as future needs of the people. Okay, so this is all about types of types of banks account. So in our next video, we will know about the banking facility service, then e-banking, then features of banking, benefits of e-banking, and many more. Till then, take care. Thank you.